90% of people waste money and miss significant results when they fail to optimize their Facebook ads for performance. Don't let that be you. If you're wondering why your ads aren't converting as well as you think they should, then you should pay attention to these tips I'm going to give you in today's video. I'm going to be sharing 7 of my favorite ad creative tips that are going to improve ROAS and increase your engagement. Hello, my name is Fraser. I run Fraggle. We're an ad creative agency based out of the UK. Our ads have spent over 300 million in ad spend, and we've worked with some of the industry's biggest brands. So without further ado, let's get started with tip number 1. This is one that people overlook time and time again, and that is to target with your creative. The fact of the matter is now we can no longer just type who we want to reach in Ads Manager. Instead, we have to rely on other ways to make sure our ads get in front of the right people. And the number 1 way to do that is with your creative. The easiest way to implement this, for example, if you're making UGC videos, is just to hire your customer. Let's say, for example, you are targeting 45-year-old females who live in America. Well, you're not going to hire a 20-year-old man from the UK if you want to reach the right demographic. By hiring the right people, it means that the right people are speaking to the right people. Often enough, as humans, we listen to people that we think are in a similar situation to us or are in some similar way like us. And so to make sure you get your ads in front of the right people, just hire good creators who are in your demographic. It really is that easy. The second one is around your editing and its native captions. Often, when people design video ads, they make them super flashy, really eye-catching, and go a little bit crazy when it comes to captions on screen. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is actually the opposite of what you should be doing. Instead, you should be dumbing things down and making them native to the app that they are running on. A great example of this is how the TikTok text and styles has kind of bled into every single other social network. At Fraggle, pretty much all of our UGC is made with TikTok native captions. This means that when they're seeing the ads, it feels familiar, it feels like something that they could make themselves. Number 3 is one that is becoming more and more of an important topic, and that is creative diversity. When I say creative diversity, a lot of people shockingly don't know what I mean, and what I mean is that you are testing a diverse range of ad creative. You should be able to scroll through your ads and be able to see some static, some UGC, some GIFs, some high production, all the different types of creative media types, but also different angles as well. A great example of this is, let's say you're a snack brand. The easiest and lowest hanging fruit is people who like to snack, people that are hungry. But if you want to diversify your creative, then test in other angles. For example, people that are on the go and they just need a quick snack, or maybe people that are low in protein and your product is high in protein. These are all different types of angles that you compare with a different media type to get creative diversity. Number 4 is using your reviews to build concepts. Your customers are leaving reviews on your website because they love your product. And often enough, those reviews contain some kind of use case. And you can make those reviews videos. It's super easy. Just scroll through your reviews, pick a few out that you like, highlight all the important bits on your, print them out or whatever, or even just do it on your computer, and you'll quickly start to gather some ideas for your creatives. I actually go into way further detail with this with my ad creative course. You can have a look in the description if you fancy having a look at that. But essentially, the goal of this is to build out concepts that are based on real world case studies from your customers. It means that they relate more to them, which means that other similar people will also relate to them. Number 5 is testing out your messaging with static ads. Image ads are probably the most affordable and efficient way to test what your customer responds to. Instead of spending a load of time and a load of money on a video for an untried and untested concept, why not consolidate that concept and make it into a static? Test that out, see how it runs. Does it work? Does it get good results? Does your customer seem to connect with it? And if so, then build it out into a video. Using tools like Creative OS, one of my tools you can find in the description, you can easily test out hundreds of statics if you want by just making them from the templates on Creative OS. This allows you to almost dip your toes into a different type of messaging, see what works, and then completely dive in when you find something which does convert. Not many people are actually doing this now, so if you want to try this out, now is the time before everyone else starts to do it. Number 6, a lot of people don't think about this one, but pay attention to your first frame. Everyone always talks about hook rates. Everyone wants a good hook rate because they believe that is what equals a good ad. I can go way deeper into this if you want me to make another video, but that's often not the case. One thing you can't deny is how important your first frame is. The first frame is the very first thing that people see. And especially when you're, putting ads on TikTok or on Story, where, for example, the first frame takes up the entire screen, it's so much more important. If your first frame is like a blurry mess or it's like mid-transition or something, it's going to switch people off. They're just simply not going to watch it because there's nothing interesting there to pull them in. But instead, if you have something eye-catching in your first frame, like a crazy visual or maybe someone's face, that can often increase your hook rate because they stick around because of the first frame. So before you go all in making sure you have the greatest hook of all time, make sure you have the greatest first frame of time first. And finally, number 7, take a sound first approach to your ads. Thanks to TikTok, sound is very important in our ads. A lot of people are now consuming media with the sound on, whereas about 3 years ago, everyone was optimizing for sound off viewing. That's just not the case anymore. But instead now, people are either watching with headphones on or playing it out loud, which is really annoying, by the way. Please, can people stop watching TikTok out loud in a crowded place? It's so irritating. But however they're doing it, people are watching content with sound on now, so you need to make sure you pay attention to your sound. At Fraggle, we're often going all in on sound design. If we haven't recorded sound on set of something, then we'll find a sound effect for it. We'll add it in and we really start to build soundscapes inside our ads because people's ears are just as important as their eyes. And in fact, a lot of people will happily watch a video that has bad quality video, but they won't watch one if it has bad quality audio because you just can't follow what's going on. So build scenes, build atmospheres with audio, and your audience will thank you. By following these creative tips that I've lined out in today's video, you are well on your way to make better converting Facebook ads, but there's so much more to it. If you want to speak to an expert who can actually help you build converting ad creative, then we need to have a chat. You can find a link below to apply to work with my agency, Fraggle. And if you're still interested in some actionable Facebook ads advice, then you can watch my other video on the 7 laws of Facebook ad creative. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.